The 2007 Cricket World Cup was designed to be the sport's ultimate celebration. For the first time, the tournament was traveling to the West Indies, and organizers were preparing for a massive global spectacle. On the pitch, the narrative was dominated by a single team. Australia, led by Ricky Ponting, featured legends like Matthew Hayden, Adam Gilchrist, and Glenn McGrath. Experts openly questioned if this squad was even capable of losing. The setting was supposed to match that on-field spectacle. The West Indies promised a month-long Caribbean carnival, packed with brass bands, drums, and dancing in the stands. The International Cricket Council banked on this vibrant energy to boost the sport's worldwide appeal. When an event is engineered to be absolutely flawless, it leaves zero margin for error. The stakes were set so high that any deviation from the plan threatened the entire structure. Those cracks first appeared at the box office. Organizers set ticket prices far beyond what local fans could afford. By the time the tournament opened, cameras were broadcasting to the world over embarrassingly empty stands. Then, administrators enforced a strict security policy banning drums and musical instruments from the venues, claiming they would distract the players. The signature Caribbean atmosphere was effectively outlawed before it could even begin. Off the field, the structural design was equally flawed. In an effort to expand the sport, 16 teams were divided into groups of 4. A team only had to lose 2 matches to be permanently eliminated. This forced heavyweights to pad their net run rates by completely dismantling weaker associate nations. India, for example, put up 400 runs against Bermuda. But for the top-tier squads, this meant a single off day against a lesser opponent could trigger an early flight home. Compounding all of this was the time zone math. 90% of the sport's viewership is based in the subcontinent. Fans in India and Pakistan were expected to stay awake from midnight to 7 a.m. to watch matches. The organizers priced out local fans, muted the regional culture, and built a volatile format that relied entirely on sleep-deprived viewers halfway across the world. The financial success of the entire operation was a ticking time bomb. That fragile financial ecosystem collapsed entirely on Saturday, March 17th. Over in Trinidad, an Indian lineup stacked with legends like Sachin Tendulkar, Rahul Dravid, and Sourav Ganguly was dismantled by a young, unproven Bangladesh squad. The pitch offered uneven bounce, forcing the veteran batters into poor shot selection. India was bowled out for 191, a total Bangladesh chased down with 5 wickets to spare. Yet, while India's collapse stunned the cricket world, a second shock was unfolding simultaneously in Jamaica, where powerhouse Pakistan faced tournament debutants Ireland. The Irish squad largely consisted of part-time players, but their medium pacers maintained a tight off-stump line on a slow, sticky pitch. Pakistan's top order lost patience, edged continuous mistakes, and the team crumbled for just 132 runs. Ireland chased down the target with 3 wickets to spare. In their very first World Cup appearance, they eliminated a team of global superstars. In hours, both India and Pakistan were effectively knocked out of the first round. With the 2 biggest draws removed from the bracket, subcontinent viewership vanished, and broadcast ratings plummeted. That evening, the stunned Pakistani players returned to the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel and retreated to their rooms in absolute silence. Their coach was Bob Woolmer, a respected innovator known for integrating computer data analysis into professional cricket training. At 8:12 p.m., he drafted an email to his wife in Cape Town, noting he felt deeply depressed, and signed off with, "I still love you a lot." The next morning, a staff member knocked on room 374 and got no answer. Woolmer was found unconscious on his bathroom floor. By noon, he was pronounced dead at a hospital in Kingston. Initially reported as a heart attack linked to his diabetes, the narrative shifted 4 days later. A pathology report cited asphyxia, leading Jamaican police to announce a murder investigation. Police began interrogating the Pakistani squad, coaching staff, and departing players. The sports news cycle was replaced by forensic timelines and theories about betting syndicates. While homicide detectives scoured the Pegasus Hotel, the remaining teams dealt with their own absurdities. After a loss to New Zealand, England's vice-captain Andrew Flintoff got heavily intoxicated, decided to visit Ian Botham on a boat at sea, and ended up capsizing a pedalo in the dark ocean before being rescued by hotel staff. Between the criminal interrogations, the catastrophic early exits, and capsized boats at night, total anarchy had consumed the tournament. The remainder of the tournament felt hollow. The Super 8 matches played out in front of sparse crowds, devoid of the millions of overseas viewers that sponsors had banked on. This gloomy atmosphere persisted all the way to the final on April 28th, between Australia and Sri Lanka. Australia batted first, and Adam Gilchrist delivered a 149-run masterclass off 104 balls. Then heavy rain arrived during Sri Lanka's chase. As the sky grew dark, organizers realized a severe logistical oversight. The stadium in Barbados did not have functional floodlights. Because minimum overs had been bowled, the match could be ended on the spot with a clear winner. Instead, the umpires misread the regulations, incorrectly announcing that the final 3 overs would have to be completed the next day due to bad light. To avoid dragging the match into another day, the captains agreed to let spinners bowl the final overs right then and there. The ultimate match of the World Cup was played out in near pitch-black conditions. Australia secured their 3rd consecutive trophy in the dark, lifting the cup to a confused crowd. It was a fittingly bleak end to a tournament that had been defined by poor management. Australia completed a record 29-match winning streak, a staggering athletic achievement overshadowed by an event universally branded as a cursed disaster. The financial blow was steep enough that the ICC permanently abandoned the 16-team format. Future tournaments were restricted to protect revenue, ensuring major teams played enough guaranteed matches to prevent another early exit. Yet, beneath the operational failures, the original goal of globalizing the game actually worked. Giving associate nations a seat at the table produced undeniable results. Ireland proved they could execute under pressure and dismiss a titan of the sport. Bangladesh showed they could systematically dismantle a veteran Indian lineup. Those matches served as a harsh crucible, launching the careers of young talents like Tamim Iqbal and Shakib Al-Hassan, players who would go on to command the global stage for the next 15 years. The 2007 World Cup remains a memory of empty stands and a dark final. It serves as the event that introduced the players and associate nations who would define the next 2 decades, long after its flawed format was abandoned.